Hi, my name is Katie Novak, and this is my video about my scientific vocabulary. So the standard that I chose is for second grade. It's 2 PS1 1, and the standard says to plan and conduct an investigation to describe and classify different kinds of materials by their observable properties. The 5 vocab words I chose to do with this is investigation, observe slash observe/observation, sorry about that, properties, trait, and research. Oh, there's 6, and classify. And so for this, because it is second grade, I would choose to do a lesson where I give students just a wide array of materials or objects, blocks. You could do Legos, you could do kinds of pins. For this little video, I just have a black box, 2 different colored cups, um, a little box, and then a journal, a wooden journal. And so the first is investigation. So I would explain to my students that we're going to be doing an observation. We're going to be looking for facts about these objects. We're going to be looking at these objects. What do we know? How are we going to classify them? How are we going to describe them? So that'd be kind of like the overarching vocab word, and then we'll get into more detailed observations. Okay, what do you see about this? We're going to be changing their vocab from, oh, I see that this box is black and square. And instead, they're going to say, I observe that this box is a square because it has 4 sides, it has 4 right angles. Okay, maybe second grade won't be doing that, but just more of the detail. Oh, there's some little lines in it that I see. It's not completely black. So they're going to be doing this. And so instead of mindlessly doing another project, they're going to be having that scientific mindset of I'm going to observe what I see. And the third vocab word is properties, a trait or quality belonging to the individual thing. Again, this kind of goes into observation. It's a deeper dive into an observation of the properties. Like I said, for this box, perfect observation. There are little lines in it that make it look kind of like a wood grain, except for it's black and smooth. So what traits are these? They can say, we noticed that both of these are cups that we drink from. And so a property is that they can hold liquid, or both of these items are boxes. They hold things inside of them. The next is a trait. This is a distinguishing quality or characteristic typically belonging to a person or thing. Obviously, it's going to be a thing for this lesson. So this is going to help them communicate scientific information in a better way that helps them to learn. It'll help them to comprehend their properties that they're doing. And so trait and property kind of go together a little bit, but it's a branch off a new vocabulary word that they will know. 5th is research. Actually, I'm going to do 6th, classify, before I do research. So classify, they're going to put them into categories. It could be, oh, these 2 are boxes and they are squares. So we're going to classify them into a similar group, as classifying is arranging items into classes or categories with shared qualities or characteristics. Or they can say, these 2 objects have a wooden appearance. Or like I said with the cups, these are both cups, they're different sizes, weights, shapes, but they both hold a liquid. You can drink out of both of them. So classifying their materials, if it's blocks, they could classify them by color. They could classify things by shape, by how heavy they are. Maybe they make things into a light category and a heavy category, depending on what they're using. And then number 5 is research. So I would have my students, I'd probably provide them with a worksheet or just a paper where they can write down observable traits. And at the end, they're going to evaluate this as their research, their facts and conclusions that they found through their investigation, through their observations. And so by saying that this is going to be research, it's not internet research, they're not looking through someone else's work, but they're using their own words to come up with this research, which is a really cool way for second graders to get into this mentality, this mindset. And so they're going to take what they observed, what they investigated, they're going to look at the properties, the characteristics, their classifications to come up with their research. What did they find? What did they enjoy? What was hard for them? What was easy for them? What did they like? What did they not like? What are some of the facts? They could say, oh, the little box was a square, but the big journal looked kind of square, but it was actually a rectangle, and it had 2 pointed edges and 2 curved edges inside. And so that's what we found through our research of these different activities. And so those are my 6 vocab words for this lesson, I think it really would help students kind of start having that scientific mentality. Obviously, they're in second grade, so they're going to need this repeated throughout time. But I think it's a great first step for them in learning more about science and scientific vocabulary.